Hi guys! Today I'm going to do a bit of a different video because I've been inspired by those videos where if you like this book then you'll like this other book, and do a video entitled if you like this book then you'll like this dog, and vice versa, because I love dogs and I love books, so what a better way to amalgamate the two into the best topic that I have ever thought up myself, which I'm actually quite proud of. So let's get into the video. Unfortunately, I have not got a dog of my own, but the first book that we're going to speak about is Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and you will like this book if you're a fan of Jack Russell Terriers. Vicious is a twist on the normal villain fantasy sci-fi genre where the villains are actually really likeable and you can't tell who's a villain and who's a hero, and this is quite similar in my opinion to Jack Russell Terriers because you don't know if they're a hero or a villain. They love you one minute, they'll cuddle up to 1 minute, and the next minute they'll be snapping at your ankles, and they're very irritable dogs, and even though they're full of love they're also full of evil in my opinion. And also they're quite cute and cuddly, which I find Victor in this book, but then also he has a very dark murderous side, like those lovable canines that we all love so much. So if you're a fan of Jack Russell's, please read Vicious by V.E. Schwab. It's a very good book, but it's got a twist to it that you would not quite expect for its size. The next book is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas, and you will like this book if you're a fan of the Afghan Hound. This is quite an unusual book and also quite an unusual rare breed. Sarah J Maas is an amazing author in my opinion, and even though she's come under some criticisms recently, I've always liked her books, especially the Throne of Glass series, and Queen of Shadows is the second best book in the series so far, second to Crown of Midnight, which was just a masterpiece. But Queen of Shadows has really lifted the series back up for me and made me really excited to read Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and the new book that's coming out. And also the Afghan Hound is a rare breed that you don't really come across, and the reason why I've compared the two is because Selena Sardothian, or Aylin, whatever we're calling her, is like the Afghan Hound, very regal, very romanticised, and like it's trying to figure out a way to like kill you in your sleep so it can steal all your bacon. I'm not entirely sure, but when I think of Selena I think of Afghan Hounds because that's just how my brain works, and also I love dogs so much I kind of imagine them as people sometimes in books, but I don't know if that's weird. The next book that I'm going to talk about is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, which has won several awards so far this year for being one of the best books ever written. Not even this year, just in general, and you can really see why the dog that I'm going to compare to it as well is the pit bull, because this book is all about the misunderstanding and the misconceptions and the hatred against different races and also breeds of dogs. These dogs are just so misunderstood, and even though this is quite a crass comparison with all the deep topics that are in The Hate You Give, it's obvious that the people in the books and also the breed is just completely just put down when they shouldn't be. The next book is On the Other Side by Carrie Hope Fletcher, which is one of my favourite books of the year. It was all about a girl called Evie Snow who wants to be a cartoonist, and then she meets a boy called Vincent Waters, but then she's not allowed to be with him because of her evil mother, but then the boy that she's made to be with is absolutely lovely, and it's just so sad, but also I love the aspects of magical realism in it, and it's just a heartwarming book that just makes you feel so good. So the reason why I have added this to go with the Labrador breed is because Labradors just make you feel warm and fuzzy, and like there's magic in the world that only they can see with their lovely Labrador brown eyes, and I just think there's such a good comparison between this book and this breed because they just make you feel so good. My next book is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey, because this book and this film was very underhyped for how amazing I thought it was. I thought the book was better than the film. The film kind of rushed the ending, even though all throughout it was really amazing, but the book was just something else. And the breed that I'm comparing it to is the Doberman, because Dobermans are like classically evil because they're so big and black and evil, but all the Dobermans that I've known have been lovely and misunderstood, which is exactly like the main character in Girl with All the Gifts, Melanie. Dobermans are also quite a rare breed, and that's what I thought this book was. I've read quite a few zombie books because I absolutely love like the story and I love that topic and the worlds that are created. I'm a massive Walking Dead fan, but never have I read a zombie book apart from like the graphic novels of Walking Dead that has been so well done and so rounded off well at the end. So I really appreciated that, and I also really appreciate this underappreciated breed. And the last book and breed that I'm going to talk about is Game of Thrones, and also the Schnauzer, because I think George R.R. Martin looks like one, and that's about it really. The books are quite wise, and you can get miniature schnauzers and also massive schnauzers, which is like the books and the novellas for Game of Thrones. So that was just a weird one that I thought of. But those were all the books and the breeds that I wanted to talk about today. I hope you liked this video, even though it was just a little bit silly. I didn't mean to take the mick. I actually just really like dogs and books. If you find any combinations really fascinating, or you can think of any that just go in your head, pop them in the comments and we shall chat about them in the comments, and I shall see you on the next video. Bye!